Hello Aries, this is your general love reading for August 2017. I already tried to film this video, but I got interrupted and then it was like a whole 20 minutes of silence on it, so I figured, well, what the fuck, I might as well just film it again, because I didn't even really get that far into, I didn't even get past the first card into reading, so, yes. I know it's been a while since, I've uploaded videos on here, probably since, June, I think, maybe, July, I don't know, I think it was July, and that was due to some, things in my life going on, and, other factors, and for me, if I'm going through a lot of emotional problems, or trauma, or anything like that, I don't like to do tarot card readings too much because I don't want my bias or anything like that to affect how the reading turns out or anything like that. I don't want my emotions to cloud how I decide I want to read the cards. So if I seem like a little well, now I kind of have all the places memorized because I was analyzing this, waiting for my father to leave the kitchen. And looking back into here, where I have the spread that I like to do, which is a Celtic cross spread. However, I like this particular one, how everything's set up, because you go online and you find all these different Celtic cross spreads, and you read, or maybe you even get your tarot card readings on YouTube. You look at other videos or mine, and you see that everyone has slightly different placements for the cards. This is just a spread that specifically resonates with me, and that works for me and the way that I like to read tarot. So, and it is tonight, at least when I'm filming this, it is, an excuse to poor quality. This is at nighttime. I don't have natural lighting to film, so I'm going to look a little warmer toned than I am naturally. Anyways, it is the Aquarius full moon, and I hope to try to utilize that energy to make my videos a little bit more quirky or weird and a little bit less structured, kind of a little bit more not necessarily outlandish, but a little bit out there. I don't know, I'm trying to stop the video from being straight to the point to show some of my, I'm trying to get more of my personality through the video, so I can connect with you guys on a more personal level. And with that, I've always encouraged you guys to comment on my videos, let me know the quality of the video, if you have any suggestions, or you want to see a specific kind of tarot card reading on this channel, whether it be a weekly video, if you want me to do extended readings, general readings. I like to know, and yes, it gets me more views on YouTube when you comment and like and subscribe. However, I like the feedback because I can make content that you guys want to see, which would make, hitting the subscribe button a little bit more worth it. You can hit that button if you'd like. But yeah, I already have this spread, obviously drawn out. If you're watching this, this is for, if you're watching this, you are watching this. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant sign. So if you have a rising or ascendant in Aries or a moon sign in Aries, this video will be for you. I will be doing Taurus the same night that I'm doing Aries. So if you're a Taurus ascendant or moon, keep your eye out very soon after I upload this video, and Tauruses will be up. Yes. So, don't I look better when only half of my face is showing? I think so. Yeah, I'm trying to get my videos a little bit less, boring, I guess, because I think my videos are pretty boring. Besides for the pretty interesting background that I like to include in my videos because it's my altar and my setup. I think that when I talk I'm kind of boring, so let's get into this reading. So it seems like this month the main focus is that you're walking away from something. Perhaps you're turning your back on something that is good for you and only focusing on the negatives, you're being extremely pessimistic about stuff. And this comes from the Five of Cups in your current position. And It looks like this. And, 5 is the number of chaos and disorder and disruption and creation, because creation comes with destruction. But that basically implies that they'll be walking away in sorrow and grief, and referring to relationships, and then the current influences is the Hierophant. So in the Hierophant, I don't know what the fuck that was. The Hierophant, oh, I probably shouldn't cuss on this channel. I'm going to try not to. The Hierophant is a card of spiritual learning, growth, institution. So perhaps this time is a time for, because we have the Hermit in the future, right? And this is the card of going within to find wisdom and knowledge and to solve problems, and health. This is the card of health. This is a Virgo card. Okay, now this is a Taurus card. And that is a fire hazard. Okay. Okay. Let's put that on marble. Can't catch marble on fire. No, I would say that, more than likely, this is a card of, this is a time for you to learn some lessons, Aries. Maybe the person that, because I see a lot of pentacles and earth energy besides the air in this one, but there's a lot of pentacles and earth cards that correspond to astrological signs. Maybe this person that's influencing this sorrow, grief, is like a Taurus, Taurus, sun, moon, or ascendant. Sorry, I don't know, that was so hard for me to think about. Now we have the Tower in goal or destiny, so that seems like it's probably going to be read as your destiny, not necessarily your goal, because I don't think anyone's goal is destruction or sudden change. Maybe your goal is to suddenly change things in your life, and wake up one day to suddenly change things, but more than likely this is a destiny. And so what that tells me is that, well, I can read, based off what I'm saying here, is that, well, for one, your present attitude is the Ten of Swords, and that's feelings of betrayal and literally being stabbed in the back. Pain that seems like it's not going to end. And, we have the Tower in goal or destiny, and then we have the another 5 card in influence of the distant path, and that is not taking advice or looking for help outside of yourself from institutions. We have the King of Cups in recent past. So what this is telling me is that you brought this love proposition to someone, or maybe this person's doing it to you. Perhaps they could be a water sign, or you could have predominant water in your chart, or they could. And you wanted to be with them, right? And what ended up happening was this person probably rejected you and said no, and this is causing sudden changes in your life. This could have to do with work. It could be that there's crap going on in work and you really want to get in a relationship, but this person was like, nah, bruh, and, rejected you because you're feeling hurt and betrayed. You're, at the moment, feeling sadness and grief, even though you were mature in the recent past enough for a relationship, you were mature enough, at least what you thought, that you didn't have to ask others for advice, that you had it on your own, and sometimes as people, we tend to forget that, hey, we can ask people for advice. We don't have to do things on our own, and that's something that I kind of struggle with at times, and I don't know, it's just really disappointing. And then in this reading, we have the Four of Pentacles and influences of the future. Sorry, I had a burp, but it was silent. And then we also have the Hermit in the most likely outcome. So what I'm seeing here is two things. Your innermost emotions is the King of Swords, and I know I'm all over the place. It's been a while since I've done general tarot card readings on YouTube, so forgive me. Perhaps Taurus will be a little bit more organized and structured. We have the King of Swords as your innermost emotions, and I keep dropping it. Anyways, and what it's telling me is like manipulation, trying to control a situation with communication, trying to control how someone thinks, trying to be in charge of that, whether that's you or the other person, okay? So the Four of Pentacles is a card of either two things. It's either selfishness, it's all encompassing selfishness, and doesn't even have to be with money. Although, of course, if you're having problems in the past with money, you know. And then we have the Hermit and the most likely outcome. So, and what this is also telling me with the Four of Pentacles is that you're holding on to your money and you're not trying to spend it. You know, you have all this money in the bank, you have all this resources inside of yourself for relationships, but you're not trying to give it away. Perhaps you learned a really great lesson with this person that caused a lot of destruction and upheaval in your life. That could have been a Taurus, and maybe now you have your walls built up and you're not letting anybody in, but perhaps because of this most likely outcome, it has to do with you searching for answers within inside yourself and not needing anybody else to validate you or your existence and to be happy in relationships. You know, in our environmental influences, we have the Three of Wands, and even though in the past you've rejected help from people and taking their advice, it seems like in your environment that everyone has faith in you, that, you know, they are looking at you. Here, how do I say it? You think you're doing worse than what you actually are, okay? And so in your environment is your family, your people that you're surrounded with, whether you're at work, your relationship, you live with some people, some children, some dogs, who knows. These people are believing in your vision, okay? So, right, you're feeling heartbroken, and now you're getting up and you're doing your thing, and these people around you, even though you want to control how the other person sees you, and you want to communicate, and perhaps maybe you just want to have a normal amount of communication and thoughts, and perhaps you're not going to that extreme. Well, some of you may be, or it could be the other person, although this is supposed to be innermost emotion, so I don't know why it wouldn't be you. But, or maybe, and instead of trying to control how someone sees you and needing them to validate your existence, your family and everyone around you, they're trying to push you because you don't, there is a light here. There's happiness right around the corner. You know that it is possible. Your environment and the people you're surrounded with see your vision, and even though you yourself are putting yourself down and avoiding help from people and just suffering, even though you could go get help, the people around you, they see your vision and know that it is great, even though you doubt yourself. Because you would much rather have control on everything in your life than let things go and let things be how they naturally should be. Letting things be and stop trying to control people and all these things help things in our life that are supposed to be there fall into place, because things that are supposed to be there, you shouldn't have to control them to be there in the first place. Okay, and the future, it's the Hermit. It's going inside looking for answers. It's spiritual growth. It's healthiness. It's health. It's Virgo. Perhaps a Virgo is coming in for you, Aries. A Virgo sun, moon, or ascendant. Yes. Now, if you're new here or you're not really familiar with how I do my readings, this deck, I'll put this deck away. Okay, I'm just setting it over there where you can't see. this deck has the upright and reversals on here, so I'll usually read the little description here because it's kind of like an advice thing. So I do this as like an oracle type of card thing for advice or additional info that you may need to know in regards to general love for August 2017. So shall we continue? Spirit guides, universe, do you have any advice for Aries this month for August 2017? Aries, sun, moon, or ascendant advice for August 2017 in regards to general love. We got the Five of Pentacles. It says, all aspects of your life are open to disaster, physical, emotional, and financial. Worry, stress, and insecurity. People, possible unemployment, loss of home, health problems, weight gain/loss, and financial ruin. Support loss from friends and family. You are at the bottom. Seek support from religion or spiritual institutions. Okay, and now the card that was underneath of it is the one that kind of, like, I really wanted to pull out, but that is just me shuffling, so I'm also going to read to you that. And that's the Eight of Pentacles. And it says, pay attention to details. Errors and sloppiness may be your undoing. Check all work for accuracy. Hard work will be satisfying and successful. There is no get-rich-quick path for you. Apply yourself, work smart, learn a new trade or profession, upgrade your skills, be very cautious with money. Good time to begin a profitable venture. Okay, and so we have a card that promises disaster and one that's a little bit more optimistic as far as advice in relationships and things like that. So if you're having relationship problems, maybe you're single and you're having problems getting into a relationship, you need to seek advice from somebody that you trust. And if you are in a relationship, you need to pay attention to what you're doing. Because, you know, how do I word this? Like, you need to pay attention to what you're doing in your relationship. You know, errors and sloppiness may be your undoing, right, in your relationship. So, you know, you could have been trying to, because we have both kings here, right? We have someone that's a very emotional king, and someone that's a very witty king, someone that's more manipulative and communicative style, and someone who's a lot more emotional, right? And an emotional king is usually a balanced one, but sometimes they can be kind of blackmailing. So perhaps the issue is that you were doing some wrong things in a relationship, or it could be the other person that are in a manipulative, controlling type of way. And you know, if this person sees you doing this and they realize it, you know, you need to quit, right? Or you need to, you know, like, I was warm, okay? I'm not saying, because it says apply yourself, work smart, I'm not saying be more manipulative, but instead of trying to control the situation to get what you want, or the other person doing this, it might just be smarter to be genuine, because obviously this person that you're with or you're talking to can kind of see through you, right? So goal or destiny is the Tower, that's destruction. We have the Four of Pentacles in the future influence, as well as the Hermit. So in some nature, your hermit behavior is kind of selfish, but selfish isn't always a bad thing, right? We have the King of Cups in the recent past, so either you felt like you were ready for a relationship, or this other person felt like they were ready for a relationship. This person could be very sensual. It could be a love proposition. But either way, I see this person coming in and you just jumping headfirst into it, and I'm not sure how the manipulative and controlling aspect of this reading fits in with this reading, because It's either you or the other person. Because I'm seeing many different scenarios, and I myself are getting kind of confused, and you probably are as well. But I mean, I don't know. It could be that you're using your learning and all that to manipulate somebody. But it seems like you're in a place of sorrow, right? You're in a place of sorrow and grief. Your innermost emotions is the King of Swords, someone that can be controlling with their words, how others see you, can be manipulative, can be witty, can know when to speak and when not to speak, right? But I'm just going to go with my first message. If I was you, I would stop trying to control other people and just let things be. And what is meant to be will come into your life. But if it doesn't, it wasn't meant to be. Or at least not at the time. I'm going to pull an additional advice card. Okay, it says lack of concentration. It's a Ace of Swords in reverse. It says lack of concentration and ability to think clearly. Your mind is racing with too many thoughts. Distraction, intellectual rut, lack of insight, obstacles. You need to simplify your life. Unable to find work that makes you happy. Frequent job changes. Taking shortcuts or cheating someone will have a negative effect on your reputation. Okay? You are the only one that knows what that means, Aries. This one fell out. I don't really think that applies here. So, and here it could be that, you know, you jumped kind of too quick into a relationship that you weren't exactly prepared for. And, right, so it says this is a card of influences of distant past. So maybe that, because it says not being able to find a job, right? So let's put this in the love. Not being able to find that lover, right? So you're searching for this lover and you're not taking help from anybody. Perhaps that could be it. And your recent past being the King of Cups, that card really stumps me. But I think it's just a relationship. It has to do with relationships. It's just a proposition of a relationship. It's someone asking you out. It's being ready for a relationship. It's being in control of your emotions. And, you know, it could be that the sudden change that you'll be experiencing, it'll probably be it'll be in the nature of you'll be going inside of yourself. You'll be a hermit. You're wanting to be alone, and because you're wanting to be alone, you'll become more enlightened, and that enlightenment will be that sudden change. And it could be that. Okay? That's all I have for you. I hope that kind of makes sense for you guys. I know it was kind of all over the place, but if this resonates with you, let me know in the comments. I'm extremely curious about that. Alrighty. Comment, rate, subscribe if you would like to. And yeah. I'm sorry. I'm kind of mumbling here. It's the ending of a video. What else do you say at the end of the video? Like the end? Okay, guys. Well, the end.